Okay, so in today's lesson, we are going to learn about the topic Pythagoras theorem. But before that, we need to form a firm base. When do we need to apply the Pythagoras theorem and how do we do it? Okay, so here as a starter, we have to construct one triangle. This, what kind of triangle it is? It is a right angle triangle. And how do we come to know that it is a right angled triangle? From this squared. This square symbol, which is shown over here, this is an angle 90 degree, which we call a right angle as well. So we have to construct a triangle. Okay, keep one side as 3 centimeter, another side as 4 centimeter, and make sure this angle in between these two lines is 90 degrees. After that, when you drew these two lines, 3 centimeter and 4 centimeter, join this third line. Okay, join this third line, and then you have to measure how much it is. So this is mentioned here. We have to sketch a right angled triangle in the center of a new page. So you can take a paper and you can draw this triangle. And we have to work out the length of this longest side using a ruler. So once you draw these two sides, you can join the third side and we can find out the length. Once you will find out this length, you have to see it will be coming out as 5 centimeter. Clear? After that, now the next process starts. What you need to do is, look here, we have given the same triangle. This one we said like 3 centimeter, this side we have taken as 4 centimeter, and we found this side as 5 centimeter. Now look carefully, we have to form squares on each side of this triangle. There are 3 sides of this triangle. For each side, we have to form a square. As this is 3 centimeter side, this side is 3 centimeter. So square, I will form a square with 3 centimeter side here. Then one side is 4 centimeter. So I will form a square with 4 centimeter. And then on the third side, which is 5 centimeter, which we calculated, you have to form one square on it as well. Now, the next thing you have to do is calculate the area of each of these squares. Area of this square is 3 square. So it is 9 centimeter squared. Area of this down square, it is 4 times 4, which is 16 centimeter square. And area of this bigger one is equivalent to 5 times 5, which is 25 centimeter square, because area of a circle is side times side, or you can say side square. Now look at these numbers carefully. Look at this area carefully. We have got 3 area values: 9 centimeter square, 16 centimeter square, and 25 centimeter square. Take some time to notice if there is any relationship between these 3 numbers, 25, 9, and 16. If I add these 2 smaller numbers, 9 and 16, which is equivalent to 3 square plus 4 square, I am going to get 25, which is 5 square. And this is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so what Pythagoras theorem says, when we take a right angle triangle, this is the important condition to apply the Pythagoras theorem. The triangle must be right angle triangle. Then if we square the 2 sides which are smaller than the longest side, the longest side is a side which is opposite to this 90 degree angle. This is 90 degree angle. Opposite to that is the longest side, because it is 5 centimeter. The 2 other sides are 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters. Now we have to square these two smaller sides, 3 square and 4 square. And if you add them, you will get it equal to the square of the longest side. This is Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So this is a way to remember the Pythagoras theorem. Now have a look here. Let me show here. Okay. Now we are generalizing this theorem. First, I explained like how to form this theorem and what are the basics of this theorem. Now, what Pythagoras theorem says that for any right-angled triangle with hypotenuse C. Now, what is the meaning of this hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side. So this is a key word here. Hypotenuse is the longest side of the right angled triangle, and it is always opposite to the right angle, that this one. Okay, and let's say the two other sides are A and B in general. So how these three sides are related to each other? We will say C square, the longest side square, is equal to sum of the square of the two other sides. Clear? You can use any symbols instead of ABC. You can say PQR also you can take, but mostly we use this. And in mathematics, in geometry, whenever we have to show the sides of a triangle, we always use the small letters A, B, and C. Okay. Now, next, let's do some of the questions here. Okay, now let's do some of the questions. The first question is, okay, determine the hypotenuse. This is a triangle given. You can give it a name like capital A, capital B, capital C. So this triangle's name is ABC. Remember here ABC, these are the vertices. Vertices are always taken as the big letters. Okay. Now we learned this is a right angle triangle and we have to find this missing length. Now this missing length is opposite to the right angle. So basically this is called the hypotenuse. And we know that hypotenuse square is equivalent to the sum of the square of two other sides. So it will be 4 square plus 2 square. And for hypotenuse, x variable is used. So x square is equals to 4 squared plus 2 squared. That means it is 16 plus 4, which is equivalent to 20. So x squared is 20. And how we can find out x? See, we have given x square as 20. To find out x, we need to do square root on both sides. Because whenever we have to find the value of variable, we always apply the reverse operation. So reverse or inverse operation of square is square root. So square root this equation 1. So it will be x is equals to square root of 20. And square root of 20 is something around, give me a minute, let me calculate. Yeah, it's going to be 4.472 dot dot dot. If we have to give our answer, we can write like 4.5 centimeters. That is the answer. And you can make sure that you have done it correctly. This side, the hypotenuse is the longest side. The other two sides are 2 centimeters and 4 centimeters, or you can say 4 units and 2 units, because here it is not written centimeter. So I cannot consider that they are in centimeters only. You can consider like 4 units and 2 units. So the hypotenuse is the longest side, which is 4.5 units. Okay. So this was the first question related to the Pythagoras theorem. Now let's do the next one. Let's do some of the problems. Okay. Yes. So in this question, again, we have given a right angle triangle. How do we come to know? This square box, it shows this is a 90-degree angle. And as we see this 90-degree angle, the opposite side to this is the hypotenuse. So this is the hypotenuse. Now the missing length is not the one we need like a hypotenuse, it is the another side. But we will apply the same rule that hypotenuse square, so 7 square, is equal to sum of the square of two other sides. So it is 3 squared plus x squared. 7 squared is 49. This is equal to 3 square, which is 9, plus x squared. From here, I will get x squared plus 9 as 49. Now, because I have to find the value of x squared or x, I will apply the reverse operations. So I will add 9 on both, subtract 9 from both sides. By doing so, I will get x squared is equivalent to 40. Now I have to find x, so I will do square root. Square root on both sides for equation 1, square root equation 1 on both sides. So it will be x and it is square root of 40, and square root of 40 is going to be 6.32 and so on. So we can say 6.3 units. Any doubt? I think this is all about the Pythagoras theorem, the very basic questions. You just need to understand what is the basic condition, that there should be a right angle triangle. The side opposite to is called the hypotenuse. This is a keyword. And then we can find any missing length if two other sides are given for a triangle using the Pythagoras theorem rule. Okay. Let's have one more. Okay. Yeah. So here, okay. The first triangle, we have given the right angle triangle because it's a square angle is given. And the two sides belong with this are given. These are the adjacent sides, the side with 6 centimeter and the side with 8 centimeter. And this is the opposite side, which is given as x centimeter. We have to find out this x. Now, because this side is opposite to this 90-degree angle, so this is our hypotenuse. So we will write x squared, that is the hypotenuse, is equal to the sum of the square of two other sides. You can write it like this also, c, and this is a and this is b. So as according to this Pythagoras theorem, c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. So x squared is equals to 8 squared plus 6 squared. X squared is equals to 8 squared is 64 plus 6 squared is 36. So we get x squared as 100. And to find out x, we do square root on both sides, or square root equation 1. So it will be square root of 100, which is 10 units. Remember, unit we have to mention. It is very, very important. Okay. Now the similar questions, this one you can do as an exercise, the practice questions. Now let's go to the next one. Now what is given here? Let me explain. Okay. This is another way to look at the question. They said if you have to find out the longest side, the hypotenuse, so you have to square root the sum of the square of these two. Means if you have to find the longest side, you have to square root, means this thing, the sum square root, the sum of the squares, the two other sides, squares sum. Either you can remember it like this. And for the any other side like x, because it is not a hypotenuse, so it will be the difference. It will be the square root of the difference of the hypotenuse and the other side. So it is given as 7 squared. Let me write it here. So this is 7 squared minus 4 squared. But even if you just remember one thing, that okay, hypotenuse square is the sum of the square of the other two sides, then also you can do. No need to memorize all the different ways to solve the question. Okay. Next comes, look here. Yes. So this is the question now. We have to solve it. Same kind of question, exactly same thing. We have given the first triangle. Let's say this is the first triangle and this is the second triangle. We have to find the unknown sides. So in the first one, this is a right angle. Opposite to this, hypotenuse is given. So if you have to find out this missing length, as per the slide just before this one, they said if you have to find out this value, let's say it is x. So x will be given as square root of the difference of the square of these two values. So 5 squared minus 3 squared, which is 25 minus 9, and that is equivalent to 16, which is equivalent to 4 units. Okay, so we are applying here the way they explained here, or you can do either method. Next question is, we have given the two sides and the side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. So we have to find out here the hypotenuse, and we know that, let's say this is x. So x square, the hypotenuse is square root of the sum of the square of two other sides. Square root of the sum of the square of two other sides. So it will be 49 plus 4, which is equivalent to 53 units. You can write answer like 53 units square of 53 units, or you can simplify this. So it is square root of 53, which is going to be 7.2801 and all. So I can write my answer as x is 7.28 units. Is it clear? Any doubts? Okay. Now, this is a list of questions. I want you all to try these questions. Very easy questions, straightforward questions are given. Here's a list of questions here, these ones. Then another list of questions are here. Just only you have to see, whenever you see a right angle triangle, first, if you have to apply the Pythagoras theorem, it should be a right angle triangle. Then you have to label which is the hypotenuse. Okay, and then it would be very easy for you to do. So these questions you can try, and after that in the next session we will discuss about the word problems as well. Okay, this was all for today, and I will share the another video soon. And if anyone wants to send any message, if any query, please they can comment on my Facebook page. Thank you. Bye.